We're back on YouTube.
Okay, are we ready to proceed on call 613-177, State of Texas versus Edwin? Is it Giron or how do I pronounce your name, sir?
It's Hiron.
Giron. All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Representative Mr. Michael White. Mr. White, are you ready to proceed? Your microphone is turned off, Mr. White. There you go. Mr. White, are you ready to proceed on Mr. Giron's case?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
Thank you. Once again, this is cause 613-177, State of Texas versus Edwin Giron. This is a second amended motion to revoke community supervision. Representing the state is our Assistant Criminal District Attorneys Guillermo Flores and Megan Galloway. Representing the Bexar County CSCD is Ms. Susan Gross, who our mind is still under oath. And representing the defendant is Mr. Michael White. Mr. White, Mr. Giron, I need you to identify your signatures on two documents for me. The first is entitled Defendant's Consent to Motion to Revoke Hearing by Video Conference. In fact, Mr. Giron, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. White, as attorney for Mr. Giron, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. The next document I have is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, which is marked, quote, is a revocation of the defendant's community supervision, and the defendant has a right to appeal the court's actions revoking the community supervision, but not the underlying conviction. Is this also your signature on this document, Mr. Giron?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. White, as attorney for Mr. Giron, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. White, my understanding is this is an uncontested motion to revoke community supervision. Is that correct?
No, he contested. He's not. I mean, I believe he's going to admit to some of the allegations.
All right. Well, bottom line is he can plead true or not true to whatever he wants. Is this you have a right to have a what we call a full-blown contested motion to revoke probation, and all that really means is the probation department calls the actual original probation officer or something to testify. Otherwise, I like my normal concept is for people to plead true or not true with an explanation, and then I'll determine whether or not I think is actually true.
Yeah, that's what we'd like.
All right, that's all good. Mr. Giron, in clause 613-177 on the second amended motion to revoke community supervision, how do you plead, sir?
True, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Gross, would you please advise the court and the parties of the status of Mr. Giron's probation?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Giron has performed poorly on probation. He was originally transferred out of county and was reporting out of county. He did report his first 7 months, and then he missed his last 8 months. We have not seen him since March 3rd of 2020. Comal County did close interest in his case on March the 12th of 2020 due to the MTR warrant being.
Mr. Giron, hang on. Mr. Giron, would you turn off your microphone? We're getting background noise, and then when we talk to you specifically, you turn it back on. Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Susan.
Okay, Comal County closed interest in the case March 12th of 2020 due to the warrant being issued on the MTR. He was referred to do his community service on 2 occasions, and he failed to show up for either one of those appointments. So he has done 0 of his 55 hours of community service. He was testing at 4 times a day on Smart Start. He had 48 skipped tests, and he's been in lockout since August 5th of 2020. And Smart Start Mobile has since written off the device. He had 1 negative drug test. We have no proof of enrollment or completion of the DWI Education Victim Impact Panel or CATSNP programs. This is his 2nd violation report, 2nd motion to revoke. The case did expire November 11th of 2020. He has no criminal history. His original fine was $450, and the officer is recommending revocation.
Let me back up. There's a previous motion to revoke probation on hearing on this case. Does that sound right?
I don't believe there's been any hearing on it, Your Honor.
My records don't show that. That's why I'm asking.
It was October 14th, 2019. And conditions were amended to alter and amend to increase Smart Start at 6 times per day, add Scram within 10 days with an overlap of Smart Start, a 30-day jail sanction, which was held in abeyance, and he was to register for all of his classes by November 1st and transfer the case back to Comal.
Okay, thanks. Mr. White, what are you requesting?
Well, I'd like him to testify.
Sure. Mr. Jerome, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. White, you're with
Yes,
us.
ma'am.
Edwin, I'd like you to explain to the judge in regard to the last 8 months that you
Yes, I
talked
understand,
about.
ma'am.
She said that you didn't report, but for the first 7 months while you were doing your probation in Comal County, was that where it was?
Yes, sir. I was finishing my probation. I was taking care of my my probation in Comal County.
All right, and during that time, it sufficed that you were reporting there. Then after
Yes.
that was finished, she says that you were supposed to report to Bear County. Did you realize that?
No, sir. Yes, ma'am. I understand.
You didn't know that you were supposed to continue reporting in Bear County?
I just got really lost with all the both cases. They were nearly the same cases.
Well, okay, but you understood in regard to what was happening in Comal County for those first 7 months or so? Is
Right.
that how long you were on probation there?
Yes.
All right, and you thought that when that was over, that it would be over for Bear County as well?
Yes, sir.
All right, did they tell you that, did you get any notification that you were supposed to come down and report to Bear County after that?
No, sir.
All right, so so you were under the impression that you had fulfilled all your obligations while you were in Comal County, and that was taken to apply as well to Bear County?
Right.
All right,
Yes, sir.
all right, so, and you've never had any other kind of conviction?
No, sir. No, not since
All right,
this one. No.
okay. Well, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
State, do you have any questions for Mr. Giron?
Yes, Judge, just a few.
Please proceed.
Mr. Giron, is this your first DWI ever?
No, sir. This is my second one.
So what is your first DWI? Like where did that happen?
A few years back, right after high school.
Do you remember the county?
Comal County. That's where I am from, New Braunfels.
Okay, and what was the resolution of that case?
I was put on probation. I completed the everything, and I was finished with it.
So is it fair to say that this is not your first DWI?
No, sir.
Okay, and you skipped many breath tests, right?
Right.
And you skipped many breath tests on numerous occasions, right?
Yes, sir.
And that means that you didn't comply with the conditions of probation, right?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember how many tests you skipped?
No, sir. I do not.
Okay, and do you do all of your community service hours?
No, sir.
How many do you do?
There was, I believe, 55. I believe.
You completed 55 hours?
No, I haven't. They were giving me 55. I was given 55.
And that was a condition ordered by the court, right?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't complete the condition ordered by the court when it comes to the community service hours, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And do you pay any of the fines?
I paid some of it. I'm not sure what the number is to be exactly. I'm not sure the number I owe. I know I owe a little bit more. I owe the scram. And I owe some of the court fines. Yes, but I'm
So
not
is it
sure.
fair to say that you didn't pay 100% of the fines?
Not 100%.
Okay. We pass the witness, Judge.
Vince, anything further?
Was that?
Mr. White, any further questions?
Oh, yeah. Well, Edwin, were you working during this time that you were in Comal County? Did you have a
No.
job?
No, sir. I had like a part-time job helping my uncle in his restaurant.
And how much did you make a month on that?
About $500. Not really much. $600.
Okay, that was not enough to live on?
No, I was living with my parents here in New Braunfels.
Oh, okay, so how far did you go in school?
I did a year and a half in St. Philip's College in San Antonio.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you graduated high school then?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, and what kind of jobs did you have after you graduated?
I've always worked with my uncle as a cashier. He owns a restaurant in New Braunfels, a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, what did you do? You cooked there or what?
I cooked and I did like waiter. I was a server.
I see. Okay.
I worked at Schlitterbahn, but that's pretty much it.
How old are you now?
I'm 24 now.
And how many years did you work with your uncle?
5, 6 years.
6 years? So
Yeah.
right after high school then?
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
I've been working with him since I was a kid.
I see. Okay. All right. And if you were released, would you be able to go back to work with him?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And you would be living with your parents?
Yes, sir.
I see. Okay. All right. I'll pass the witness on.
State anything further?
No, Your Honor.
State recommendation?
Judge, the state recommends revocation, and we also recommend a $0 fine, court cost, 45 days Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent.
Susan, do you have the access to the original fine amount on this case?
$450, Your Honor.
Mr. Giron, in cause 613-177, the court accepts your plea of true. I grant the state's motion to revoke your probation. I sentence you to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, assess a $450 fine, plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent. Anything further from the state of the defense on Mr. Giron?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Giron. Thank you, Mr. White.
Thank you.
Y'all are dismissed.